Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you once again for joining me today. I really appreciate you. So today we're going to talk about why black people are still not considered to be citizens, human beings. We are not wanted in this country that we built. So, for example, Senator Mitch McConnell, saying the quiet racist parts out loud. And why does he do that? He does that because he can feel confident and comfortable that there will be no repercussions, that nothing's going to happen, and no one cares. And the reason why that is because black people, we don't have the money, we don't have the power, we don't have the numbers. And as long as that is the case, we will continue to see people like Mitch McConnell and all these other white people who are in power, and most that aren't in power, treating people of color, specifically black people, like shit. And the reason they do that is because there's no repercussions. Who's going to do anything? It's like the cops when they do something wrong. They investigate themselves. We investigated ourselves and we found that we've done absolutely nothing wrong. Nothing to see here. And that's exactly what Mitch McConnell did. I mean, don't take my word for it. Listen to what his words are.
What's your message for voters of color who are concerned that without the John L. Lewis Voting Rights Act, they're not going to be able to vote in the midterm?
Well, the concern is misplaced because if you look at the statistics, African American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as Americans. This is not a problem. Well, I inadvertently omitted the word almost. And for that, we're spending here 45 minutes. This outrageous mischaracterization of my record as a result of leaving one word out inadvertently the other day, which I just now have supplied to you, is deeply offensive. The omitted word is all, not almost, sorry.
We get treated as if we're the ones that have a problem when we complain about things like this, when we bring it up, when we say things like this, when we try to do things like voting, which this is kind of specifically what this is about, voting rights. But we try to vote our way out of all the oppression and the hatred that we endure on a daily basis, and we can't because we get gerrymandered. They use the Electoral College. They make sure they move districts and redline the living shit out of us again in districts so that we can't vote. And if we do vote, it doesn't really count for anything. And they put up all these roadblocks and restrictions to make it so that people of color cannot get their voices heard. So why would Mitch McConnell or anyone else who's white feel pressured or afraid to not say exactly what Mitch McConnell just said? We are not citizens. We're not considered people. They don't care about us, and he doesn't give a shit about us. Mitch McConnell's never given a fuck about black people. I mean, probably the worst day of his life was the passing of the Voting Rights Act or the Civil Rights Act, or when Barack Obama became president, the one-term president he said that he would make sure that he was. But he never specified why he wanted to make him a one-term president. But I think we all know why he wanted him to be a one-term president, if president at all. But that's just the way that it is. And until we as a people, minorities specifically, get together, stop them from making us fight against each other, and go out and vote and take places of office and vote in people like us into those positions of power so that we can change the dynamics and demographic, if you will, of how the United States does things. We can change how they do business and how we do business and make things better for everyone. But as long as we are fighting against each other and we have assholes like Mitch McConnell who can say things like this, who are emboldened by, of course, Trump, and who is emboldening these knucklehead MAGA Trumpettes or maggots to do the same, and no one's going to do anything about it. Just like the cops, as I said before, we investigated ourselves and we found that we did nothing wrong. And that's how it's been for over 400 years. And it's not going to change anytime soon as long as we, as people of color, do not hold the levers of power in our hands. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please have a great day. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great Sunday. Get out there and go do some stuff. I know it's cold in some places. Winter is taking a toll on people, but I'm in Arizona, so really don't have that much of an issue. But for those of you who are in places where it's cold and you're having winter storms and you may be, locked in your house, whatever, be safe. Stay warm if you can. Take care of your neighbors and your family members and friends and your pets. And be safe out there, no matter who you are. Have a great day. And don't forget to be the best heathens that you can be. And have a great day.